This video training covers the process to complete Section 2 of the Form I-9. Once the new hire has completed Section 1 of the I-9, their Section 2 will be available for the I-9 approver to review and complete. Log in to Prism HR and access Approvals Pending. You can either type in the name of that menu on your search bar or select My Company, Approvals Pending. From this screen, you will be able to select the I-9 Section 2 that you are ready to complete. The I-9 Section 2 will display at the bottom of your screen under Approvals Pending Available to you. If there's more than one I-9 approver in your organization, all I-9 approvers will be able to review who are those individuals that have an outstanding Section 2 of the I-9. So the list will display for all. And in order for the specific I-9 approver to be able to complete it, you would need to select the desired I-9 Section 2. In this example, I'm going to complete the form for the employee Carmen test. Select I-9 Section 2 for the desired employee and click the button at the bottom of your screen called Grab. That will assign that Section 2 of the I-9 to yourself. And now the I-9 will display at the top of the screen under Approvals Pending Assigned to you. If there's any other I-9 approvers that are accessing the screen, they will no longer see the test Carmen employee that I have assigned to myself for approval. So once that I-9 has been assigned to an I-9 approver, they have assigned it to themselves, other I-9 approvers will not be able to see or complete that Section 2 of the I-9. Once you're ready to complete that I-9 Section 2, click on it, and it will open up a window for you to start the process. It will display Section 1 of the Form I-9 after the employee has completed it. At any point in time, you will be able to review or click the View Instructions button, and that will open up another window with the Department of Homeland Security instructions. It provides information related to acceptable documents and guidance on how to complete the form. Going back to my main tab in Prism, we will review that I-9 document, make sure that everything it's in place and it looks correct. And you will notice there's 3 buttons at the bottom of your screen. If you're ready to complete Section 2 of the I-9, click Next, and that will take you through the process of completing the I-9. If you find that there's data that it's not correct or there's something that the employee needs to correct on the form, select Deny. By selecting Deny, the form will go back to the employee and they will be able to review Section 1, submit it, and you will start the process again to complete Section 2 of the I-9. If for whichever reason you're not ready to complete this Section 2 and you would like to have that I-9 available to any other I-9 approvers, select Return to Queue, and that will send the I-9 to the Approvals Pending screen, but at the bottom of the screen under Available to You. If there's any other I-9 approvers that have access, they will be able to see that I-9 that it's now available, and they will be able to complete it in case that they are going to be handling that form instead of yourself. So let's say that you are ready to complete the I-9. Select the I-9, click Grab. And now that it's at the top of your screen, select I-9 Section 2. Scroll down and you will be able to select Next. And it will take you through the process of completing the I-9. As I mentioned earlier, you can click on the View Instructions hyperlink and it will open up the Homeland Security instructions. Please select from the document title list. It will display documents from List A or List B. Now this drop-down will display the options depending on how the employee completed Section 1 of the I-9. In this example, the employee selected that they are a U.S. citizen, and based on that, you will see the options that display here. If they select non-US citizen, for example, let's say that they have a permanent resident card. If they select non-US, then the options available here on list A would include those documents that are acceptable in order to complete section 2. And in that example, it would be the permanent resident card. Select the appropriate document. And keep in mind that if you select a document from list B, the system will automatically open list C. Because if you are completing the form with a document from list B, you also need to have an additional document, and it would be one of the items that are going to display under the list C. If you're completing the form with a document that is part of list A, you don't need to provide additional documentation. In this example, the employee has provided their US passport. Select the issuing authority from the dropdown. In this example, it would be the US Department of State, and that is the only option available on the dropdown. Key in the number of the document. And if the document has an expiration date, please select it from the calendar, on the calendar, or if there's no expiration date for the document, select NA. In this example, a passport does have an expiration date. We are able to select that date. Once you're ready to move on to the next screen, please click Next. The next menu or window, it's going to refer to additional information. It's a space for you to notate any additional information required. Typically, you can leave it blank if there's nothing to include. Click Next. And the last step would be to sign the document electronically. Your name as an I-9 approver will display, and the name of the organization and address will auto-populate as well. No need to make any edits or changes to those fields. Simply select the checkbox to capture your electronic signature, and today's date will display. The last step would be to enter your job title. See that I am an admin, and then click Next. The system will display a copy of the completed form. Review that everything looks correct. And if you're ready to submit the document, please finalize until the Submit button has been pressed. Please confirm that you are ready to submit the document. Click Next. Click Yes. And the system will allow you to download or print the document at this point. This step is not necessary. The document that you have completed and all onboarding documents will be automatically saved within the employee details record under Documents. No need to download or print the document. If you do, Please be mindful of the confidential information that it's included in the document. Click Done, and that finalizes the process of completing Section 2 of the Form I-9. As you can see, there's no additional options. The employee record for the I-9, it's no longer displaying under the approvals pending screen. This concludes our training video on how to complete Section 2 of the Form I-9.